One of Sam's most frequented spots at night was the local burger joint. Every Friday like clockwork, he'd walk into Big Ben's burger place and order the same takeout every time. A double cheeseburger with fries, Coke, and special sauce. I found it a bit weird at first. I'd expected someone like him to be drinking long into the night at a pub or a bar somewhere, not chowing down on a burger in some small mom-and-pop shop. So I did a little more digging and started staking out the burger joint every Friday, thinking that he must have had some ulterior motive to frequenting the place. Turns out I was right. He was just the one the bloody bishops had tasked with extorting the place for their protection racket. That special sauce he loved to order so much was really just $500 tucked under the food in the brown delivery bag. That helped explain why the little old couple who ran the place looked so terrified whenever he walked through the door. On days when he was feeling especially dickish, he'd even mess with some of the sit-down customers before he left, flipping over their drinks, feeling up women's skirts, stealing food even though he already got some for free, that sort of thing. As if I needed any more justification for killing him. It was at that point that I thought that killing him would not only fuel my revenge, but also help a lot of people out in the neighborhood while I was at it. It was on a rainy Friday night when I decided to carry out my father and brother's revenge. The sky was pouring as if it was mourning the life that was about to be taken that night, though I doubted that anyone shared its feelings. Certainly not me, since I was the one waiting out in the rain for the chance to take it. I'd waited so long for that moment. all my silent stalking and meticulous planning and holding on to greed for the sake of vengeance. It was all to lead up to that one moment when I could take the life of the man who ruined mine. The heavy guilt I felt from all the lies I told Natalie whenever I stayed out late would be washed away alongside his blood in the rain. At least, that's what I thought as I gripped the knife so hard my knuckles turned white. I was convinced that I would never be able to find closure until I killed him with my own two hands. But as I stood there with my disposable raincoat split up from the alley and the pitch black sky pouring down on me, I almost wished that he wouldn't show up. I knew for a fact that he would come passing by, just like any other day. Even if he didn't want to be outside, the bloody bishops weren't going to let a little rain keep them from their sweet, sweet extortion money. He had no choice but to go to Big Ben's burger place to pick up the money and pass through the alley where I was waiting to get back home. I'd planned for this night for the past year, going through every scenario in my head to make sure that I would not be caught no matter what. And yet when the time came to carry out my carefully laid out plan, I found myself hesitant to go through with it. However, it wasn't cowardice that held me back. I knew that that was the night that I would forever be changed. Even if nobody but me will ever know it, I would no longer be Jack Spencer, the kind older brother and dutiful son from that night on. The moment I plunge my knife into him, I'll become a murderer. The very sort of scum that took my father and brother away from me and turned my loving mother into the neglectful alcoholic she is now. How could I even look Natalie in the eye after that and still call myself a good role model for her? It took so much for me to convince myself that it was worth it, and even then, I remained unsure. That is, until I saw him walk into the alley for myself. The bastard bumped into me and said something along the lines of, "Out of my way, little bitch," as he did so. I got a crystal clear look at his face under the hood because of it. Aside from the bare tints of stubble on his chin, he looked exactly the same as he did the day he killed my father in front of me. He must have been a little more than annoyed that he still had to go out in the heavy rain to collect money for the gang like the good little dog he was playing fetch for his master. He wasn't wearing a raincoat or holding an umbrella. All he had to shield himself from the rain was a simple gray hoodie pulled over his head. I guess that he must not have looked into the weather forecast for the area like I did in preparation. The rainwater had soaked into the thick fabric of his hoodie, weighing him down and making his already sloppy swagger even slower. His sagging trousers, which he already wore way lower than should be practical, were now like wet weighted shackles around his ankles. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome. I waited until he had his back to me. I wasn't looking for a drawn-out fight, just a quick kill. I thought that if I was lucky, I'd be able to take him out in one fell swoop by stabbing him in the back. I took a deep breath, drew my knife from my pocket, and got to work.